Okay, so what are web application vulnerabilities? So a vulnerability is essentially a misconfiguration or a weak configuration in some part of software or hardware depending on what you're testing. This missing, weak, or incorrect configuration can give you access to things you're not supposed to access. And today we're going to be talking about IDORs, Insecure Direct Object References. So an IDOR vulnerability is kind of similar to a path traversal vulnerability in the sense of you're getting unauthorized access to something by simply changing a parameter or injecting something. But IDOR is dealing with object identifiers. Object identifiers essentially retrieve a resource on a website. Like for example, when you log into a website, you'll see at the top, if it's bad, it'll be like ID equals 123. That is your object identifier. It's pulling your profile. But this is where the vulnerability can lie, because if your ID is 123, imagine if you switch it to 132. What if it showed you someone else's account? That is a textbook example of an insecure direct object reference. By changing the parameters in the object ID, you might be able to see different information that you weren't supposed to see in the first place, like someone else's completely different account. And a way to spot these is if the ID has low entropy. And entropy is essentially randomness. So how random is that ID? Like, is it 123? That's really simple. That's low entropy. You could guess that it has 3 characters, so you can do 132. You can do a whole bunch of different combinations. But if it was something long, complex, and unique, that's high entropy. If your ID is 16 characters, I'm not gonna have fun trying to guess that. So low entropy, low randomness, high entropy, high randomness in the assortment of your numbers or whatever is being used to identify you.